I am loving all of the videos I am seeing with that song Paradise. I am indeed. Oh my gosh, I have to tell y'all this experience I just had outside. So my parents bought this squirrel feeder, and where it was hanging, the squirrel wasn't able to get to it because the balancing of the mechanisms that it was on wasn't as strong enough at the foundation, so it kept teetering. And so I showed them, and we moved it. They moved it across the yard. So I was just standing outside looking at my red cardinals, all my different birds, and I saw a squirrel, and he was looking for it. And so I casually walked up to him, and I showed him, I pointed to where it's at now. All right. And I was probably about like 10 feet away from him, but we made eye contact, and he didn't move. And so I went and I sat back down, and I watched him walk around the pool and look at me as he's going, and go up to the little feeder and start eating it. I freaking love that. I love that so much. That made my day. That made my day to see something like that and be a part of an experience like that. I tell you, I just love animals and nature. I really, really do. And my blankie, of course, for entertainment purposes only. And what I was listening to was What You Gonna Do by Little John and the East Side Boys. A little Scrappy. I was getting down. I'll tell you, I get down to the old school stuff. I love it. You know, it came to me. Oh, my dog wants to come out. Yeah. It's extremely easy in a world that is built around conditioning, chaos, darkness, deceit, worthiness, confidence, you know, all of the above, to start walking in your authenticity, start walking in your truths, start walking in your knowing. When you own all your shortcomings, when you own all your hiccups, when you own everything that you know without a doubt people are going to try to narrate and make you look like a horrific person, and you're like, I already know that. I already know that about that season of my life. I own that, you know? And it is what it is, you know? It doesn't make me a bad person because I battled addictions. It doesn't make me a bad person because I battled eating disorders. In different ways still do. Body dysmorphia is something we all battle. Please, you know? The conditions of the world make us feel like we're lessened because we don't look like XYZ. We all battled body dysmorphia. I don't give a crap what anybody says, period. Period, dot it, end it, move the page. When you own being in an industry that helped formulate an ability within yourself to tell white lies, to do damage control. I mean, it's the way of the world, and it's the way of the conditionings of businesses. I get it. That's why I struggle so bad right now with finding different work and stuff like that. Because when you truly go through your spiritual awakening and you go through your transformation and your rebirth, you just aren't the same person anymore. Your body, mind, and soul doesn't allow you to work in the same frequency, the same vibration. Even if you tried, you can't unsee certain things. You can't unsee things within yourself that you know wasn't great. So you go in, you heal through it, you own it, you recognize it, and then you go into the world and you pour out differently. You know what I mean? But when you get to a place in your life where you own all your flaws and you carry it with pride and honor, you're like, yeah, I know that about myself. Yeah, I know that about myself. Yeah, I did that. Nobody can throw shade on you because you already own the shade. You walk in the shade. You know? And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. The world is always going to take different unfavorable stories within yourself and try to portray you to be somebody you're not. We all face those demons. Every single one of us, whether you're in power or you're not in power, whether you're at the bottom, you're at the top, whether you're in entertainment, you're a business owner, you know. And it came to me too last night. I think it's really comical that we live in a world that chastises people and judges people based off where they're at in their path. But nobody likes to be judged for where they're at in their path. Like, for example, those in prestigious positions, those that hold businesses, multiple businesses, those that are in the government, those that are in federal or state or whatever, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, there's some that have worked really, really hard from nothing, started from nothing. But then there's also a lot of people that were born into it. Born into money. Born into corruption. Born into funneled businesses. And it goes on and on and on and on and on through the generations. And that's where the generational curses come in. Based off the ways that their fathers and their fathers and their fathers correlated away to make money, do transactions unlawfully, injusticely, and it just keeps going into the world. And then you find yourself on the side of the fence where you're judging people that don't have a lot of money, that choose to walk a different path. Better yet, have no choice to walk that path because they're only given a certain amount of resources that you so graciously give them. But yet you get to sit on the side of the fence in the office with a big fat TV and judge them. Let's talk about how you got in that seat you're sitting at that big table with that big TV. How'd you get there? Did you start from the ground? Did you start with pennies? I beg to differ, you didn't. And for those of you that did, I commend you. And if you're doing it honorably, and you're not stepping on people to get there, you got my support. But for those of you that aren't, and you know who I'm talking to, well, how do you sleep at night? Probably not great. And I hate that for you. Nobody deserves a life like that. Nobody deserves a life like that. Period. I'm beyond grateful for the life that I have. There are people that pray for the life that I have. There are people that pray for the life you have. Yet you take it for granted. And you judge people for the life they have. You know, make it make sense, y'all. For entertainment purposes only. But yeah, you got to get to your place in your life where you just own your crap. You don't care. I don't care. I wear it with pride and honor. I'm proud of myself for battling everything that I've battled with God, with the Most High, and with Source, and being able to overcome everything that I have been able to overcome with their grace and their mercy. You know? And I wear that with such high honor. And I don't take it lightly. You know, there are people in such hard places right now. And I feel it. I feel it. But we have to get past a world where there's those in positions that got in those positions given what they were born into. And you know who you are. And you misused it. And you got entangled in really, really bad societies. In really, really bad ways. You know, it brings me back to Yellowstone. And how the father, Kevin Costner, had one of his sons go to law school because he wanted to have somebody in the justice system that could clean up their dirty messes. And I'm pretty sure that there's some families out there that probably follow the same suit in different ways, you know? That's the ways of the world, baby. You know, and I don't judge. I just stay in my own little lane. But man, that squirrel made my day. I love you guys. It's going to be my last video for today. I might post one a little later on this evening. I got some stuff that I'm working on. I love you. Have a great day. Thank you for all the love and support, loud or silently. I hold you right here, man. I really, really do. I love you guys. Have a good day.